Hey there guys, and hope you're doing well. So instead of torturing myself with another really bad game, I figure I played something maybe a little bit better this time. So let's go play some more Super Sidekicks. We're going to play Super Sidekicks 2 here, and this is definitely a much better game. Now I have the sound on here for you. I was thinking at first that maybe I wanted to play International Superstar Soccer Deluxe. But I think we're going to hold that for a little bit later because I want to actually learn the controls and learn how to play. So let's go ahead and play this. Not that I know the controls of this game all that well, but you know, this is a little bit easier, I think, a little bit more straightforward. I don't really care which country we end up grabbing. So we'll go ahead and grab Taiwan. I think that's what I did when I played this game last time. Oh, right, we want to speed. So that's pretty cool, right? You can do different things to get your team upgraded right from the very beginning. There we go. So it'll just take me a second to get used to the controls again. Oh, I got totally wasted on that one. Okay. Here we go. Now we have something going here. Well, we had it going for a second. The controls, I was going to say the graphics in this game are simply spectacular. The controls are okay. It's a little bit delayed. Especially when I'm passing there, it's a little bit delayed. And then the biggest problem I have with this is that I can't see who else is in the area. I can't see where my other players are. I'm not sure, so I'm not seeing any sort of radar screen or anything like that to try to help me out, which is kind of a problem because when I'm attacking with the ball, I don't know if there's anybody in front of me or not. I think that I mentioned that when I talked about this in the video I did about these games. It's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, except that you can't see anything. It's the only problem. Just as what happened the first time I played this game on offense, I ended up spending a whole bunch of time just pushing slide tackle when I'm on defense, and then on offense I don't know, try to do whatever it is I can do. That was his shot. That was pathetic. That was absolutely awful. Anyway. So I'm apparently confused as to which button to shoot. I thought that was shoot, but apparently not. Alright, so maybe we'll do a little bit better once I figure out the controls. Yeah, see, that was definitely the wrong thing to do. I think the biggest question I have is whether this game is actually an improvement over the original, and to be honest with you, I don't really see it. I know that I've talked with some people who really like this game. There's some people who really like number 3. My favorite in the series is actually number 4. And that's it, that's the whole game. Huh. Let's play a little bit more since that was only 3 minutes. So they only give you a single half of playtime, and you've got to score if you want to keep going. Wow. Yeah, like I said, I really am having a hard time seeing how this is a massive improvement over the first game in this series. But I at least want to play until I figure out which button to shoot, since whatever it is I've been pushing, it apparently is wrong. And I apparently pushed the wrong thing again there too, okay. Well, it is better than the US Gold games, I'll give you that. I wonder though. I kind of wonder when I look at the animations for this game and stuff. I kind of wonder what was going through the minds of the guys who kind of like created this. Like, I mean, like for example, that sort of like shoulder tackle. The guy just kind of like hops like he's a frog. Like, I mean, like I understand that it's not the easiest thing in the world to animate, but the animation here is a little bit weird. All right, so I think the shoot maybe is the other button. That wasn't much of a psych up. It was like psych up. And so I push the other button, and the guy tries to head it when the ball is on the ground like 3 feet in front of him. Get it. Anyway, like I said, I'm having a hard time seeing how this is like absolutely an improvement over the game before it, which I do think was honestly a absolute classic. This game, I'm just not seeing it. There you go, game set again. So time up. We haven't even been going for like more than 6 minutes. So let's try it again. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. So you may or may not have noticed, but one of the things I wanted to talk about here today was the channel and all of its wonderful challenges and struggles. So the bobbing and save, for the moment, I'm waiting to... Dude, what is going on? There's something up with these controls. The bobbing and save is waiting for the moment, and the reason why it's waiting is because I'm in the middle of... there we go. So it's the pass button is also the shoot button. It's because I'm in the middle of the winter off season, which is like 3 months in game almost. Dude, why doesn't he go over and like hit the ball, just put it in the net? Man, this is ridiculous. Anyway, so that's the reason why things have been a little bit quiet with bobbing in so far, is because I've got a whole bunch to play offline. I played for, I think, almost an hour yesterday, and I'm probably going to end up with another hour today. We're going to make a couple of roster changes and sort of see if we can get things going a little bit better there for us. Dude, this is so weird, though. Like, so the shoot button's the same as the pass button? Like, I don't understand, what... Who came up with that idea? And I don't think that the first game's like that. Maybe it is and I just didn't notice. I felt like it was a lot easier to shoot in that game. The other thing that's a little bit annoying about this game is so that pseudo 3D perspective. So just so you know, the NeoGeo was not able to do like a real 3D perspective, sprite scaling and stuff. On if you've played NBA Jam, you know what I'm talking about. Like the guy gets bigger when he's closer to the camera and stuff. The NeoGeo was not capable of doing that, which was a big problem because that was one of the big trends in the sort of the heyday of the NeoGeo. So instead it has this like kind of weird type of, it's almost like a 3D optical illusion. There we go, we finally score a goal. It took long enough. Excellent, excellent celebration. But yeah, that's one of the problems here. So if you look like from here up to the top of the screen, there's kind of a 3D effect, but not really. It's a little bit like disorienting, right? I don't really know like the best way to describe it other than that it doesn't feel like it probably should feel if it's an actual 3D game. So we finally scored a goal after 3 games. Let's play another one.
World Tournament. First stage. ROC versus Russia.
All right.
Kickoff.
But it's kind of weird, like it's a shame that the pass button is the exact same button as the shoot button because you feel like, I don't know what just happened, but everything like flipped out and then we scored a goal. What was that? What was that supposed to be? Did I have a foul and then a free kick and I just didn't realize it, or what?
Kickoff.
Anyway, it's kind of a shame because I've got 3 buttons and yet, you know, I'm using only one button to do 2 different things. Anyway, I can't remember. I may have said in the video that I made about these games something about the buttons and the controls or something. I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Everything's kind of glitching out with the screen. Maybe there's some emulation problems or something. I don't know. We probably don't have to, you know, like rear back and like, you know, fire at all strength every single time we have a open shot, right? We could probably just like tap it in.
Throw in.
We also probably shouldn't kick it backwards like that. That might not be so effective. Good job. Anyway. Regardless of, you know, despite all the problems of this game, it's actually kind of fun to play, which is more than I could say for, what's it called, for the US Gold World Cup 94 game. This game came out basically around the same time. I mean, it's a completely different type of perspective. And the biggest difference is, of course, this game doesn't have any sort of license or anything. Though the honest thing is, with that US Gold game, I'm not sure what the license actually does. Like, it's not like there are like a whole bunch of like player names in the game. You know, they just somehow got a FIFA license. And like somebody was saying in the comments earlier today, like, I don't think that FIFA really cared one way or other about like what exactly companies did with the license. I think all they cared about was that money was coming in. So, which explains a lot. And that sounds a lot like FIFA as well.
Game. ROC versus Cameroon.
All right, here we go. Yeah, 1994 and around the World Cup is a pretty cool time. There are all sorts of games like this, and it's kind of in between the 3D era and the 2D era, so you see sort of like the best of sort of the 2D games. Come on, we should be able to play a little bit better than this. So it is Cameroon. Remember Cameroon in 1990, so... Oh, come on, we didn't even touch that. Bro. That was it. It didn't even show me the full celebration, huh? Okay. Feels like we're having a lot of glitches in this game. So I think I mentioned this in the last gameplay video from this series. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But I did discover that there are mentions of this series in Electronic Gaming Monthly magazine from like, you know, 92, 93 or whatever. So there was kind of a following in North America, but not really a huge one. Oh man, that would have tied it. Yeah, this game's just weird. All sorts of stuff like that in this game is just weird. Yeah, this seems pretty fast. That's the problem. There we go. There we go. But the problem is we can't just tie, right? You have to win in order to get credit for it. So anyway, we'll see. If we are unable to score here in the next couple of minutes, we'll probably wrap it up here with this video, and that'll be good enough. But yeah, man, what an interesting game. This is one of those games where like the graphics look really, really nice, and you think, oh, the graphics are great. This must be a great game. But the gameplay in this game is weird. Nothing short of weird. let me choose that guy, and that's it. Game over. Game set, and that counts as a loss for us because it's not a win. So we win twice, we get 2 goals for, and that's about it. And that's probably going to end it up here. So there you have it for, what is this called again? Super Sidekicks 2. Again, really, really nice graphics, but the gameplay and the control is a little bit questionable. So there you have it. Hope you're having a good day. I will see you maybe later today with some bobbing. We'll see. I've got a whole bunch of other stuff I got to get taken care of. So we'll see what happens. Talk to you later.